Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Sergey "KRUSHER" Kovalev says he had to get rid of uprising star British light heavyweight Anthony Yarde. He had to get rid of him because Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mexican superstar, and his team, Golden Boy Promotions and DAZN, have made Sergey "KRUSHER" Kovalev an offer that he can't refuse. He says they made a life-changing offer, and I absolutely had to get through this fight and get rid of Anthony Yarde to get to that bag. And I'm paraphrasing. Of course, he didn't say he had to get rid of Anthony Yarde to get to the bag, but he definitely said he had to get through Anthony Yarde. He had to get through this situation, this challenge, because he had a life-changing opportunity with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and if he still is going to accept it, you know, he still wants to fight, meaning Canelo Alvarez, then he's all for it. He needs that life-changing offer, right? We've heard before in the past that DAZN had offered guys life-changing money, the biggest money they've ever received in their careers. We heard that DAZN offered Gervonta Tank Davis an offer of $5 million to face Tevin Farmer in a unification bout on DAZN. $5 million is a lot of money. I know a lot of people are gonna look at it and say, you know, $5 million, you know, there's fighters today's time receiving far bigger purses per fight, you know, but $5 million is what Timothy Bradley got for the first fight between himself and Manny Pacquiao. So, and that was a mega fight because both were undefeated going into that fight. That first fight, Manny Pacquiao was on a winning streak since losing to Eric Morales years prior. He was on a destructive path. He had dominated all types of guys leading up into that fight, into that showdown. He had already dominated Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto, Antonio Margarito, you know, Ricky Hatton, all types of guys. He was just blowing through them. So Manny Pacquiao was the biggest name in the sport of boxing outside of not named Floyd Money Mayweather, right? So for Timothy Bradley to get $5 million in that fight, you know, that says a lot. So we know that DAZN offered Gervonta Tank Davis $5 million to face Tevin Farmer, right? And Tevin Farmer is not an undefeated fighter. At that point in time, Timothy Bradley was undefeated. So that says a lot, you know. So we know that DAZN is offering guys big money, you know, to come over there and you know, represent their new boxing streaming platform app. You know, a lot of guys like Leonard Ellaby said that he's not going to let Gervonta Tank Davis, who's the star, who's the A side in the entire negotiation situation. He's the A side, obviously, between himself and Tevin Farmer, and he's not going to let a star boxer like Tank Davis fight on a streaming app, right? So DAZN has to throw big money at these guys, you know, because it's a different, you know, approach, right? Guys are used to being Mr. HBO or Mr. Showtime, right? Even to a degree ESPN. But to fight on DAZN, which is a streaming app, DAZN has to, you know, offer big money. So with that said, we know that Canelo Alvarez has got a huge, lucrative $300 million deal with DAZN. And now DAZN, you know, wants to have, they want a return for their, they want their bang for their buck, right? And so to do so, they need Saul Canelo Alvarez to have the biggest fights possible. That being that against Sergey "KRUSHER" Kovalev. And I'm hearing that Kovalev could stand to make upwards of $10 million for his fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez. I don't even believe he made anything close to that with his fight with Andre Ward, and those were the biggest fights in his career. You know, so for him to receive such a bag at this late stage in his career, you know, at this advanced age, he's definitely coming off of two of the biggest wins in his career, beating the later Alvarez, revenging his first knockout loss. coming back and dominating the later Alvarez in a boxing fashion, just outboxed him for rounds 1 through 12, and then knocking out a young, hungry, upcoming lion, no pun intended, in British undefeated light heavyweight contender Anthony Yarde. You know, he did so in dramatic fashion. Looked like he was going to be out. He in the 7th, 8th round, looked like he was done. He came back, dug deep, and still got the knockout victory. So that says a lot for Sergey Kovalev. And to receive a bag of this magnitude and a fight of this magnitude, because no doubt about it, this is going to be an enormous fight for Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev. You know, so you know, he said that he had to dig deep and get through Anthony Yarde because Canelo Alvarez, Golden Boy Promotions at DAZN, made him an offer he couldn't refuse. That he was trying to get his way out of the Yarde fight. He said, but he had promised the country back home in Russia that he was going to fight there. He was already in training camp. He had already agreed to go there. And then on top of it, Anthony Yarde wasn't willing to take step-aside money. And obviously, if he didn't have the title, Saul Canelo Alvarez does not want to face him because Canelo Alvarez wants to make history. That's the whole point of him attempting and highlighting Sergey Kovalev as his opponent, because he wants to become a world champion in the 4th weight class. So that's why he's targeting Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev to begin with. So if Kovalev have lost the belt, you know, had got stripped of the belt, then it makes no sense in Canelo Alvarez facing him. So Kovalev had to defend the belt because Anthony Yarde refused to take step-aside money, and that was a tall task, and he got past it in dramatic fashion, and now he'll be going into the biggest fight of his career against Saul Canelo Alvarez, because regardless of what you want to believe, Andre Ward is the better fighter, but Saul Canelo Alvarez is the bigger name, no doubt about it. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Buzz Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Buzz Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
The Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the